Welcome back to Movie Draft House. I'm just Mark. It's another 5-minute review. In today's review, we're going to be talking about the recently released uh, streaming film on Hulu. It came out just this weekend, November 3rd, 2023. And it is Quiz Lady, directed by Jessica Yu, who is, you probably have never heard of her. She is largely a television series director. She's directed everything from a couple episodes of The Citadel on Prime to This Is Us for NBC, The Morning Show for Apple. What else? 13 Reasons Why. She directed 6 episodes of that. And she goes all the way back to ER in the early 2000s. So she's got quite the history as a television director. And this one stars Awkwafina and Sandra Oh as sisters. And this is largely a road trip film. But their mother is owes a lot of money to some gangsters, and they're coming to collect, and and these two sisters, Awkwafina and Sandra Oh, who play Anne and Ginny, got to figure out how to get the money to pay them back, in order to kind of save their mom. And I tell you what, I really enjoyed this one. It's Sandra Oh is really good. I've never really seen her play this type of character. It's kind of an aloof, just kind of dumb character. She's usually in film. She's usually the smart one. She typically plays the straight laced characters, but here, Awkwafina is kind of the straight laced one here, and so that's an interesting role reversal between the two. Is Awkwafina is usually the comedian. And she's funny here. She's more deadpan funny than anything else. But Sandra Oh and her have really good chemistry, and kind of makes me wish that there was a television series with these two where we got to see them more than just for 2 hours, an hour and a half. But anyways, they eventually wind up on a game show, where Awkwafina's character, she's obsessed with this show, and it's a charades type show, and it's hosted by Will Ferrell, and which is pretty funny itself because he kind of takes his Alex Trebek Saturday Night Live character, and transposes it here, although he's not quite as witty, and it makes me think that maybe NBC has some copyright on that. I don't know that for sure, but that's what it makes you think. But he's pretty funny for the last act of this film, where they have to Ginny and Anne go up against Jason Schwartzman and what's the guy's name? I forget the other guy's name. Another guy who are like these stalwarts at charades. The last act is really good. There's a running bit about Paul Rubin and Alan Cummings, and how Holland Taylor's character Francine gets them mixed up. She thinks Alan Cummings is Paul Rubens. And there's a Pee Wee joke in there, and R.I.P. Paul Rubin. But this I really enjoyed it. It's a breezy, heartfelt comedy. And I think there's a lot of rewatchability in this one. It's light. It does not take anything real serious, although it does have its moments where it is serious, and it showcases that. But because Awkwafina and Sandra have such good chemistry, it never really feels heavy. So anyways, I recommend it. Give it a watch. It's on Hulu now. Stream it. So anyways, hit the subscribe button when it pops up so you don't miss any future content here on the podcast. And if you want to follow the podcast on all your favorite social media platforms, we're on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, here on YouTube. And make sure you're following the podcast on all your favorite streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast. Episodes released weekly every Thursday, and we'll catch you next time.
You're having a panic attack? Doctors prescribe these. Is that cocaine?
Stevia. Do you ever use stevia, the sweetener? Yeah, I've got it in my pocket.